Okay, so this is a concept that has come to my attention because of observing other people's dogs and realizing that this is also in my dog. Now, part of this is that she's a shelter dog, and at the shelter, they heavily reinforced petting. And not to say that that's necessarily a bad thing, but with Suni in particular, they reinforced her showing humans her belly. That's like her number one go-to thing, especially when she's meeting a new person. And the only reason that I'm saying it can become a problem is because it's been so heavily reinforced that it's one of the behaviors that she cycles through when she's offering behaviors. Like right now, she's laying down, but that doesn't mean she's not anxious and waiting for me to get up. Because as soon as I get up, she's going to be like, oh, hey, daddy, here, let me offer you some behaviors. And we do want the dog to have curiosity and we do want them to offer behaviors, but when it gets to the point where the dog is overexcited and just always, especially, I mean, even with just one person walking in, even me walking in, she still gets super excited. And it's not a bad thing in and of itself, but over time, each time that excitement spikes when someone walks in the door, it's just more and more and more. And we want the dog to understand that there's no need for excitement necessarily. Not to say that they can't be excited, just when there's what some trainers would say is there's a threshold. Usually when they speak on threshold, they're talking about cortisol and stress, but there's also a threshold for excitement because that's adjacent. Excitement's usually more adrenaline, dopamine, right? But they're extremes in the gradient, which we might say, adrenaline and dopamine is more on the quote-unquote positive side. And when I say in this context, I'm saying positive of, a human might say it's good, or the side of but either way, cortisol would obviously make negative because stress is more associated with, bad. Not necessarily that stress in and of itself is bad, but we have to build resilience in the dog with cortisol and adrenaline, excitement. And part of building that is classical conditioning and having the dog, for example, go to a place, command, or bed or crate, however you want to say the cue.